Mhm. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and work on our face rigs today. Um, so this face rig is going to be introducing the concept of blend shapes. We're going to be adding in more joints for the eyes and the mouth, and then also probably some of the extraneous bits that need joints and stuff on them, such as like the ears and the hair. We're going to be adding facial uh, controls that allow us to kind of blend between different blend shapes. Yeah, so let's go and get started. So first thing I want to do is go ahead and start creating some additional joints. Let's go and jump over to the side view and we'll grab my joint tool. And let's go ahead and do, she needs to have a jaw joint. So her jaw is probably going to open some up there. And then we'll put a chin joint right there. And I want to join that under the head center joint. And P is in here. Rename that jaw pivot joint. Let's do jaw tip joint. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'll do a nose wiggle joint. So it's going to be a nose joint at the base, joint at the tip. And then that's going to go under the head center joint. Everything's going to be coming out of the head center joint pretty much. And it's going to be referred to as a star pattern. Um, Nose, face, joint. And then we'll put this nose tip joint. Okay. And I'm also going to go ahead and do a joint right here. So this is going to be going in between the eyes, and the eye pivots will be popping off of those. We're also going to be doing a ribbon spine for the tongue as well. Um, it's going to do the center joints. Let's just see. That's a weird issue. Like when she rotates her eyes, she'll pop out of the socket a little bit. So I'm gonna take the eyes and stretch them out just to the ground. Just pushing back a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and use transformations. And we'll do modify center pivots. And then I'm gonna go ahead and create a joint right there. Left eye center joint. All right, so I'm gonna grab the left eye. I'm gonna grab this center joint, and I need to get this joint in the direct center of the eyeball. I could try to position it, but the easier way to do that is if I use a parent constraint. So if I go under constrain parent and turn off maintain offset, click add. Since I grabbed the eyeball first, the joint second, it'll pop the joint right into the middle. And then what's going to happen is I'll put a parent constraint underneath the joint, delete that, and then duplicate that eye joint. And I'm just going to do another parent constraint. Okay. That eye joint. duplicate of these joints. And the reason why is because then I can go and take the new joint and the other joint and parent it. And so what's going to happen is these are going to become like little pointers. So wherever the eyeball is going to point, these will kind of like tell me what the direction they're going in. So it's little indicator joints. Okay, and then both of these center joints going to go under that center eye joint. Okay, so it's going to look just like that. So that's what I'm looking for. All right. She's terrifying with you. Okay. We're also going to need to go ahead and get some lip joints in here as well. So I'm going to get a lip joint here, one for the top. And then that upper lip center joint. Duplicate that down. Let's go there. Upper lip center joint. Okay. And both of these. We're going to duplicate and we're going to move it back over here. And they're just going to go like inside the lip, right about there. And that's going to give us some controls for the lips. All right. Okay. This one to be so lower lip, upper lip. All right. So then the upper lip, both of these upper lips, we're going to do a little mirror in a second. Both of these upper lips are going to go under the center head joint. And then the lower lips are going to go under the jaw pivot joint. So they move actually with the jaw as it moves up and down, and like that. All right. Then I'm going to take this joint. I'm going to go over to rigging, skeleton, mirror joints. Same thing here, mirror joints. So I also went ahead and replaced left with right, which is great. All right. We'll do the same thing for some brows. I think she has brows. Yeah, she's got brows. All right. So we'll do there. Okay. So those all got dropped in left brow inner joint, left brow mid joint, left brow outer joint. Okay. So all those are going to go under one that we need to move us forward. There. Yep. Those three under the head center joint, and then those three also get mirrored. That one, here, that one. Okay, cool. So that's going to give us our 6 lip joints, 6 brow joints. And then, yeah. All right, cool. We've already named them and they're already getting automatically placed in there, so that's great. So let's go ahead and do, I'll place some new controls in here. I'm gonna go under chart and make a vision control. Seems pretty useful. Transformations, look con, I'll rename it that. Let's go ahead and make a arc, and that's going to be my jaw control. Off to one side, I was actually moving it over. Okay, so that's going to be my jaw control. All right, so it's going to be jaw con. Let's go ahead and use transformations. And then I'm going to go ahead and move that pivot point. Hit D, hold down V, move that pivot point right there. So then when I rotate it rotates like right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a um uh, I'm gonna put that right up there on top of the head. That's gonna be my head control. So freeze transmissions, all that good stuff. And then that one is gonna have a pivot point that is here. So I got this neck control right here, this neck con 3, but then right up here, this is gonna be the base of the head. That's what the head control is gonna control. Okay. So just to be clear, it controls this one, does not control the middle of the head. It controls this one right here. Yeah. So make sure we keep good track of that one. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna go and put the look con and the jaw con underneath the head con. Head con is gonna go underneath the neck con 3 or whatever your top neck controller is. So then when we move the head around, it moves everything. The eye controls, filter vision or whatever. I'm gonna grab that. Not the central one, but this one right here on the side. This actually is three controls in one. If you look at it, it's one, two, and then your third one is the parent over both of them. So right here, look at con has two little controllers underneath it. So anyway, move this back. So what I'm gonna do is grab this controller. We're gonna use a aim constraint. Constrain, aim constraint, maintain offset, turn that on. Same thing here. Like that. Now, when we move the eyes around, you'll see those joints move and they follow. So once we skin the eyes to those joints, then they'll follow with it, which would be really nice. All right, we're also going to go ahead and take the jaw control and the jaw pivot, and that is going to be a orient constraint. You could do a parent if you wanted to. Let's just do a parent. Orient or parent, either one will work. Basically, parent obviously is going to give us the translational ability. So if we want to like Looney Tunes, the jaw open, we could do that with the parent. So maintain offset, add. That should allow us to, yeah, there we go. Drop that jaw, and then also rotate it open. And notice that pivot point is at the jaw point right here, the jaw joint itself. Don't offset that. Make sure you have it right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and do. So let's go and talk about blend shapes. So blend shapes are going to be run through the shape editor. So I believe if we go Windows, animation editors, shape editor right here. We can click on our geometry skin, and that will allow us to create a blend shape. So if we click right there, you'll see if we can, along with this selected, it'll make something called blend shape 1, and then call it face blend shape. And then we can attach what's called targets to that blend shape. And so we need to have um, three main, we need to have a wide, a smooch, a frown, a smile. There's going to be our four main blend shapes, but then we're going to split them up into left and rights. So for here, we're going to add one, and we're going to call, say, like smile. Okay. And so you'll see the smile's already turned to 1, and it's already set to edit. And so what I would like to do is go ahead and start kind of sculpting this. And really, this is just shifting sculpts. That's all. We're just shifting between sculpts. And so we'll do smile. Smile is going to be a very generic smile. So I'm going to give her, a little bit of an overly expressive smile. So something like that. It's not creepy at all. Okay. But you know what? That'll work. And if we pull the weight down, you'll see she'll go into a smile. Okay. Okay. Turn off edit. We're going to do another one. Target. This will be frown. Okay. Frown, same thing. We're just going to do another sculpt. Pull those corners down. I'm using soft select to help with this. Kind of bring those lips up a little bit there. So she'll shift into that. And you'll see it kind of it's pulling the eyes away a little bit, which we don't necessarily want. So I'm going to pull the eyes back. So it's a good, this is a good system. It's still pretty widely used. It's been used for, blend chain has been used for a really long time. Um, but this is the system that um, allows you a lot of flexibility with a character. You can use these for obviously facial expressions, blinking, which we're going to do blinking, muscle flexing, corrective blend shapes if you have an issue with a character where they're, say, cutting through themselves or something as they're walking. You could do a corrective blend shape on like a big belly. So smile, frown, wide, just be a wide mouth. And the wide mouth is just going to be, it's not going to be a smile. It's going to be like you just pull the corners of your mouth out. And the thing is, we can combine with these to get a stronger expression. So it's not a huge expression, but it's something. Okay. And then we'll do another one. Smooch. And this is just like pursing the lips together to a smooch. You'll see where it's kind of cutting through here. So I'm just going to kind of set a little bit. And so with a lot of rigs, you'll see they'll actually have different phoneme shapes. So as the character talks, you can switch between the different shapes. But here we're just kind of just working on these four. Okay. So we have a smooch, wide, round, smile. Okay. And the idea is that we could do like say a wide round, or we could do like a half smooch, half smile. Which maybe she looks a little devious or something. I don't know, but that's kind of the idea is we can kind of combine these and create different facial expressions. And then on top of that, we have the lip controls as well that we're going to be adding in that will allow us to kind of control that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is going to take all these, right click, duplicate. So obviously we start adding these in, it gets kind of crazy. All right, so smooch, copy. I'm going to do right. Switch now. So I'm just going like a left and a right so we can control, like, say, the half smooch on one side, half smooch on another, whatever. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and actually paint our weights for left and right. So that's going to be under rigging, deformers, paint weights, blend shape right here. Let's see, we got this. It should give us a tool menu. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be painting essentially the smile, left, right, frown, all that. So it's just going to be kind of playing around here with turning these on and off. So smile, Smile left is to the heat map. Okay, and so just think about it this way. We're gonna paint out where we don't want them to smile or don't want that expression. So right now it's on replace, value 0. And so if this is on smile left, so it's gonna be her left. So I don't want her to smile on this side, so I'm just gonna paint this out. That makes sense? Paint this area out. Okay. And then frown. That's gonna be frown left. Same idea. I'm sorry, smile. Yeah, so frown left. Okay. Same idea. We're just gonna paint that out. And so we're just gonna get it to return back to normal. Yeah. Just go down to wide left. Turn that back on. Same thing, paint this out. Smooch left. Here it is. Yep. I'll just smooth this a little bit right there. So kind of you get the idea. All right, so we'll take smooch left down. And then smooch R. Smooch smile, smile R. That's what I need. Smile, smile R. Okay. So that's gonna be the other side. So we paint out this side. No, make sure you paint out that mouth sack too, because it's gonna likely flip through. It's not, if you're not careful. Okay. Frown R, so we'll take that down, do like frown R, turn that off. Yeah. I'm sure want to get up around the eyes too, so we can try and get all that out. But, okay, let's go to wide R. Well, okay, and now and then switch. No. Okay. You kind of play around with the slider, you kind of see if anything like wiggles on the other side, and you'll know to go and pick that out. Okay. All right. That should be good for the shape editor. I also get to the blend shapes over here. Yeah, good. Save that. And let's go and create. Let's do. We're gonna do a couple of controls here. So I'm gonna do a square. It's gonna be 90 degrees. These are gonna be our facial controls. So we can do this. This is gonna be our little bounding box, and then I'm gonna get control D and shrink that in right about there. That's gonna be left face, one shape, fence. Okay, and then left face, one shape, con. Okay. All right, gonna modify race transformations. I'm going to parent this one underneath the fence. And the fence, I'm going to group it to itself. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a duplicate special. And grab both of these, search and replace names, do left with right. Okay. Both of these are going to be in the same group. Face, one shape, con, group. Okay. The fences, I'm going to go ahead and thought that for those transformations. Good. We get clean. Nope. You have to make sure these are clean. Okay. So this one, going to hide. And then these two controls, I'm gonna actually lock and hide quite a bit. Hide. And they don't need to translate X. Lock and hide, translate X. So the only thing these things can do is move up, down, left, and right. But we need to put limits on these two. So I'm gonna do attributes. And then let's go under right here, limit information, translate. And I'm gonna get it a translate limit. Right here. So that's gonna be a max and load this in. And so what's gonna happen is when I turn these on, I'm not gonna be able to move past that. So we're gonna lock it in this fence. And then I can do up here to the top and then down here at the bottom. Okay. So then what happens is I can basically I can only move this within this box. And I can't move this around. So that makes it actually a lot easier for me to play around this thing. Because you don't want a facial control just like flying off into nowhere. Okay, so load that. You have to make sure you lock your controls. So make sure you do that. All right, so lock this, load, lock that as a minimum. So now now that's all locked up. Okay. So this is going to be just set driven keys. For the blend shapes, pretty easy. So we're going to go over here to micro animation key, set driven key, set. And then we're going to go our driver. It's going to be this guy right here, load driver. And then I'm going to click on the face, go down to face blend shape right there, and click load driven. Okay. So that's what we're messing with. All right. So we'll start off with the smile. Let's go and get the shape editor up too. Okay. So first one's going to be smile L. So it's going to be raising the controller left and up and down is going to control the smile. So it's going to go from the center point up. So this is going to be no smile. This will be full smile. So I'm going to go ahead and hit translate Y, smile L, key. Right controller, move it all the way up. Move the smile all the way up. Hit key. So now this is going to control that smile. Okay. So then I'm going to take frown. Frown L, key. And then go all the way down. Bring frown all the way down. Hit key. So now we can switch between frown and smile. Okay. All right. So then we're going to go down to, let's do wide. So wide L. That's going to be translate Y key. And we're going to sitting at our 0, 0 point to go all the way over. And then bring wide out. Key again. So now we're just kind of keying between the two. Okay. And then we're going to do narrow or smooch. So smooch L. So that's going to be translate again, X, smooch L key. Move this over, smooch L key. Okay. So what's the result? So now I have a control that I can go left and right, all the way from a smooch to a wide, back to 0. I can go up to a smile, into a frown, and then I can kind of start to mix these. Now it looks like she's chewing, because we're just mixing these different shapes. All right. So let's go over here to this controller. Load driver. You translate Y. I'm going to do smile R. Hit key. Bring this up. Smile R. Key. All right. Let's go back to 0. We'll do frown. Key. Bring this all the way down. Frown R. Key. Check that. Yep, she's shifting between the two. Okay, so it's going to translate X and X for left and right. So I'm going to go to wide R. Haven't moved anything. Hit key. Move this over. Bring it over. Activate wide R. Hit key. Out. I'll switch over to smooch R. Key. Bring this over. Smooch R. And key. All right, let's check this. Good. It's blending between them all really nicely. Now, if you find out your shape is kind of acting a little weird, like say it's getting a little like wonky or something, you can actually hit edit on any one of these and go in and change that shape hit edit again and lock it in. So these are things you can actually change on the fly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that con group, grab the head con group, and P. It should be good. Okay. Okay. And I think, yeah, I haven't put the orient constraint yet. So I'm gonna grab that controller, grab this one. Actually, I want to make it a parent constraint. Yep. Okay. There we go. That works now. Okay. Just look at. Good. Now let's go ahead and put the controllers on here. Okay. Let's do dual circle controllers. And then let's go ahead and change the color on these. Those are kind of hard to see. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I'm gonna call this lower lip con center. All right. There, 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 and then there. Okay. It's probably all going to be cutting through the geometry. So let's move all these up. So it should be sitting in front of the lips. Yes. Back just up here. Okay, something like that. All right, let's go ahead and freeze transformations. Name. Dual search and replace. Look for lower. Replace with upper. Okay. And then change left or right. Okay. And then each one of these is going to be a parent constraint onto their respective um, joint. Let me just turn that skin thing off. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to grab controller, joint, control, joint, control, joint, and just do a parent constraint. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing, do a similar thing I'll go and grab this controller, duplicate it. I'm just gonna kind of snip it up here, move it over here, move my pivot point back to there. And this is going to be my nose wiggle on, and then also just go ahead and freeze those transformations as well. And then that's going to be I think it's going to just be an orient constraint. Ah, so I should move that one, should move this one, and then all these upper lip controllers and this nose controller, grab that head controller and do a parent nesting underneath that head controller. And then these lip controllers, we are going to put them under the jaw con. They'll move with it. Do the same thing for the brow joints. Left brow outer con. And then just do left brow con. Maybe that'll make it easier. Okay, let's go here. Control D, and then we'll just have like brow column 1, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Each one of these. Let's see them a little bit more forward. Center their pivots. Group them to themselves. And I want to do a duplicate special, so it pops them over to the other side. Unparent them from that group, and then do a search or replace for left or right. These transformations. Group these together. And that's going to be brow con group. Put that group underneath the head controller. And then same things before we did with the lip controls. This is going to be parent constrained to the brow joints. Okay. 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 So she have a tongue? Did I give her a tongue? I think I gave her a tongue. Yep, there's tongue right there. Okay. All right, cool. So, all right, so I'm gonna give her a little ribbon spine with that tongue. So let's do joints. Let's do 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be the main 3 controls or main 3 joints. Let's do modify, search and replace. Look for joint, replace with tongue joint. Hierarchy, boom. Should all be tongue joint 1, tongue joint 2, tongue joint 3. Cool. All right, that is going to go under the jaw pivot right there. And then we're going to go ahead and create a ribbon right here. So it's going to be a plane. All right, so let's grab these control vertices. I'm actually going to turn off joints real quick, so it's going to be easier for me to move these. So I'm just going to try to get this thing to like fit the shape of the tongue. All right, so then we're going to go under modeling. We got to rebuild it. So let's go under surfaces, rebuild, just like last time. This time I'm not going to do 16, I'm going to do 6 sections. Rebuild, boom, done. And then let's go under effects, in hair, create in hair. I'm going to do 16, I'm just going to do 6 sections, create hairs. All right. So let's go under tool settings, outlier. Okay. Delete the output verbs. All right, delete those little extra bits, delete the hair system, delete the nucleus. It's gonna be tongue, ribbon, follicles. Spine, that ribbon nerve spline is gonna be called tongue, ribbon. For these 2 extra groups. Need to delete the history. So freeze transformations on that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and create some joints. 1. Okay. That's going to be tongue follicle joint 1. Then control. So I need 6. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So here, so we'll start with under. Okay. All right, just like we did with the spine, we'll grab each one of these joints, zero them out, hop over here. Okay. All right. I'm going to turn that off real quick. And so I'm going to go and grab this ribbon, grab this joint chain. And then this is going to be the 3 joints I popped in, not the follicle joints. And this is going to be under rigging, skin, bind skin. So now when this moves, it'll move the ribbon as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and create let's do this here. Okay. So I'll make 3 controls for this thing. Okay. So let's go shrink that down. And these controls are going to go on the control joints. So we'll call tongue con 1. So tongue con 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and freeze transformations. Then tongue con 1 goes under tongue con 2. Tongue con 2 goes under tongue con 3. And then we can give these a nice color as well. So when the character opens it out, you can actually you know, do something. You can actually move the tongue around. All right. Tongue cons are going to go under the jaw joint. It'll move with jaw. And then we're also going to grab the controller and then the control joint. So this one right here, we're going to go under constraint, parent constraint. It has to be a parent constraint. Can't be an orient constraint. So otherwise, what's the point? We won't be able to stretch the tongue around, right? Okay, so now we got all of that. Test it. Cool. Right, stretchy tongue. All right. We got tongue con, lip con, nose con, eye cons, eyebrow cons, head con, blend shape controllers, blink. We have not done a blink yet. So that's gonna be another blend shape right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this controller. I'm gonna go to add attribute, left blink. I'm gonna give them 0 to 1. And then we'll do right blink. 0 to 1 or minimum maximum. Okay, so it's going to give us some extra stuff. A lot of this just lock and hide. I do need to translate it. I don't necessarily need to rotate it. So that cleans that up a little bit. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, so we do need to add a blend shape. So let's go back over to, let's see, Windows, Animation Editor, Shape Editor. Save this real quick. Click on the facial blend shape, add a target, blink, and then we're just going to go ahead and create a blink. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these edge loops. I'm going to turn on soft select a little bit. And then we're just going to kind of blink, make the character close their eyes. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. Not necessarily, but that's kind of what we're looking for. But we need obviously we need this to go over the over the eyeballs. So we're gonna pull this forward, forward. Okay. Yeah, let's fix that. You kind of pull these down a little bit to kind of like wrap around the eyeball. Very much it's just like resculpting the eye a little bit or the face to do these blend shapes. Okay, so something kind of like that. That's kind of gross. That up. Okay, see how that looks. It's not bad. It's a little clippy in some areas, but honestly, it's not bad. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate, link right, link off. Okay. All right, so we're gonna weight, paint, strain, deform, blend, paint weights, blend shape. I'm gonna do a blink L, blink R. No, so blink L, I'm gonna want to take it out of here. That's I'm gonna paint it out. I just kind of know where I'm gonna have to paint, so I'm gonna paint this out, test it. Okay, so that's blink L. It's good. All right, blink R. So, yeah, just paint all this out. Right there. Little wigglers right there. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go back over here to the controller. Windows, actually no, animation. I guess do set driven key. So animation key, set driven key, set. Uh, Load driver, which is gonna be these guys, driven. that facial blend shape again. This time it's going to be blink L and blink R. Okay. So left blink L, got the key, and then I'll set this to this controller. Set that to 1 on the controller, and then I'm going to click on the blend shape, engage, blink L, key. All right. So now the controller should control blinking. Awesome. All right, let's do blink. Right blink, switch over to blink R key, and then let's go ahead and do engage the controller all the way to 1. Facial blend shape, click on that, bring that down to a blink, and click key. All right, so let's see if this works. Okay. I'm looking for, see if there's any movement on the wrong side. Looks good, put them together. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so that should be all the blend shapes. Let's go ahead and do a little organization, shall we? So close our geo group, close our joints group, close our con group, close our miscellaneous group. And so that's going to leave us with tongue, ribbon, follicles, tongue. So we'll take both of these, group them together. Tongue, ribbon, group. I'll move that under my miscellaneous group right here. Okay, and that brings everything back over here. Let's do a test, make sure everything moves properly. Okay, I'm looking to see if anything flies off. Nope, it's good. Everything still works. Test it before you turn it in. Okay, make sure we got. Okay. You may be asking about the ears and the hair. If you have anything extraneous on the head like these, I will expect you to bring them. These honestly would be exactly the same approach as the fingers. Just a FK chain or even just a ribbon spine would be perfectly fine. Same thing here, just another FK chain or ribbon spine for the hair. I'm not going to do them because I just did one for the tongue, so it's the same exact approach. So you should be good with that. But yeah, if you have anything like really big kind of hanging off of the body, off the head or anything like that, you do need to rig that because it will probably need to move. All right, let's go and save it. Make sure you test it out before you turn it in, and I think we're good. Next up, last project is going to be weight painting and skinning the rig.